sure Kyle Snyder might be making his debut this year, coming out of an Olympic red shirt early to wrestle the Buckeyes. So, but before we'll get back to that. But let's get to the action here. Nathan Tomasello, returning national champ, already in on a single leg attack over Lambert here. Lambert, no slouch in his own right, ranked number 9 in the country, and has been a tough every year for the Nebraska Huskers.
Yeah, he's coming off a really tough loss to Nico Megaludis from Penn State. He lost to him 7-4. He gave him a heck of a match. He's really dangerous underneath. He's got some crazy stuff he does off bottom.
Tim Lambert, just a really great kid. He's always been in the mix there for Nebraska at 125. Obviously has his hands very full at wrestling Nathan Tomasello, as anyone does. You see you may have seen before that we had the American flag spread out by a lot of veterans. It's Military Appreciation Day here at St. John Arena in Columbus, Ohio, and the Buckeyes are adorning those cool camouflage singlets. But man, Nathan Tomasello, like it's expected already with a takedown.
Yeah, he's relentless, man. I watched him wrestle freestyle at the U.S. Nationals last week, or 2 weeks ago. He is just relentless. He's not yet tired.
So this year, just so everyone at home understands, he's already back in on another shot. It almost looked like a high crouch penetration step, but he had a head inside. Ended up with a head inside single with 2 more points was given for the second takedown awarded, and they go out of bounds. Well, I wanted to explain, Nathan Tomasello also has high hopes of making Olympic team at 125, which is a stacked weight class. I think every weight class this year is. But what he's done is wrestled in the New York Athletic Club tournament early in the year, and if he would have won that tournament, he would have been qualified, because that was one of the first qualifiers for the Olympic trials. He did not win that tournament, and Tyler Graff actually wrestled really awesome, killed everybody there.
Yeah. He almost lost the first round, but after that, he destroyed him.
Yep. And what he ended up doing, going out there to that main Olympic trials qualifier in Vegas and got 5th place, which was very respectable. So he doesn't have to. The pressure doesn't come down to the NCAA finals.
Yeah, and he was winning the match. He lost to Joe Colon. He ended up getting pinned trying to gut wrench, and he was ahead. He probably would have won that match if he hadn't hit that gut wrench, and that would have put him in the semis against Hayeswinkle, who I think he would have matched up great with. So
I agree.
The sky's the limit for Nathan Tomasello.
1 minute remaining opening period. 1 minute.
And of course, instead he had a pretty tough matchup with Coleman Scott, who's giant for the weight class.
He is huge. Nathan is probably as wide as he is tall.
There's another nice shot, penetration, kind of straight penetration into that head inside single. Now Lambert defends that time.
Lambert's tough.
Lambert with the classic combat speeds.
Man, Nathan is huge. I've never seen him this up close. I've seen him on TV a lot, but this is a big kid.
Usually you're watching from California, it's a little better view here.
30 seconds remaining first period. 30.
I'm usually watching in my office on a laptop.
So Nathan Tomasello, you see right there, he instead of trying to finish the way he had been finishing, he went for a bow down, which is kind of classic, and Lambert went right to his butt. So the pressure where Nathan steps back and pulls the leg in between his legs. There's so much pressure on the one leg Lambert was standing on, he falls right to the mat. So another takedown for Nathan Tomasello. Very workmanlike here in the first period. 6-2 now the score. Finishing out this period. About 3 seconds left. That probably will end as a 6-2 score going into the second period.
Yeah, Lambert's not an easy guy to take down 3 times in a period, but Nathan doesn't have too many equals in this weight class. Yep.
So that will be the score, 6-2 going into the second period. Nathan Tomasello is deferred to. He chooses down.
I watched a broadcast where you said that Nathan Tomasello was as strong as you in some weight, lifting some weights.
I mean, I definitely think that's fair to say. I guess we lifted one time together, and there were some things that I was failing on, and he continued to do reps.
Wow.
So I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not saying he's stronger than you.
Yeah. Well, I think he may be stronger in some strength exercises, because we were doing some type of shoulders or something. Maybe he has shorter range of motion to go. I don't know. I don't want to make excuses for myself, but he's a freak. So there's
only a sophomore.
Yeah, only a sophomore. Nathan Tomasello to his feet. 7-2 now. The score. And Lambert doing a nice job again. He's got it. He's definitely very good enough not to get beaten badly, but Tomasello, that is a very impressive 3 takedowns in the first period. There's Timmy Lambert with a shot of his own. I say Timmy Lambert. I'm not sure exactly what he goes to. We don't know each other incredibly well personally, but we train together at the Olympic Training Center, and he is the nephew of Zeke Jones,
wow,
which I think a lot of people aren't aware of, but obviously a great wrestler and coach in Zeke Jones.
Also said something about the Nebraska program if he would still go there after his uncle coaches Arizona State.
Yeah, when he went there, Zeke, I don't believe was the coach at Arizona State. He was the USA coach, but yeah, Mark Manning has been very influential with the freestyle program with Jordan Burroughs and now Green, 2 world team members. There's another finish by Nathan Tomasello. Well done to get that finish in bounds.
Does he cut hard to 25, JD?
You know, some people were talking about that he was maybe he had relaxed a little bit in that because that real close match he had, I think 3-2 of recent, and that it is something that he is cutting. I think at the same time he's trying to get bigger because there's a lot of really big 57-kilo guys at the Olympic weight.
Right.
So I think he is cutting a fair amount.
Yeah, so that's kind of a tricky position to be in because you want to be big enough to compete, but you also have to make weight for college. So it's kind of a tricky thing to navigate.
That's always been definitely a very, very important aspect of wrestling. You definitely want to be as big as you can be for the weight, but you don't want to be cutting too much weight to where you lose energy and you cannot perform at your level of what you're capable of doing.
30 seconds remaining, second period. 30 seconds.
Yeah, when you're sucking wind out there, there's not a lot you can do about it, man. Cutting weight can just really take on everything. He looks great today, though. He doesn't look like he's having any effect or anything.
So you saw that Tomasello is always looking for those 2-on-1s in the control tie or inside tie, and then he goes right to that. Kind of didn't even hit his knee that time, like a snatch single, but it continued to attack that same right leg of Lambert, and then went to the same finish there, the bow down. So another takedown. Now 11-3 the score for Nathan Tomasello.
Wow. I mean, I definitely picked Nathan Tomasello to win this, but I didn't think it was going to be 11-3 with a minute and a half left in the second period. Or, no, I'm sorry.
No, that's the riding time counting up, and there finishes the second period. But yeah, like I completely.
Yeah, Eagle Lewis scored 7 on it.
I'm surprised as well. Jordan Burroughs thought that this would be probably a closer match, as did I. But Tomasello just very much relentless, but again at the same time not too much. Not in some aspects not surprising.
It's not surprising, but
he is such an offensive machine.
Yeah, I think he's also probably looking to make a point after that close match he had last week with what was it, Connor Ute?
I believe yes.
You know, that's not typically, I don't think it would happen in that matchup, and I think he's probably letting people know that.
So something else to mention, I think, that I didn't really put 2 and 2 together consciously here is Ohio State has the Ohio RTC Regional Training Center here, and they kind of trailblazed that. I was one of the first athletes here training and still am in the same weight class as Kyle Snyder, or vice versa. I don't know how you say that, but we've got about 6 guys, including Nathan Tomasello, that are looking to make the Olympic team this year. But Nebraska is the other school, is another school that has 2 world team members from this past summer on it, and the Ohio RTC put 3 guys on there. Terrell Delagnov obviously did not wrestle because of the back surgery, but there's Nathan Tomasello in on that shot. But just to finish this, it's pretty cool that Nebraska here with James Green and Jordan Burroughs training at home, and then also that's going to definitely create some boos because it's a close call from the fans' perspective. But Timmy Lambert did have that bottom leg of Tomasello. I believe that was the right call from this angle.
Yeah, I think so too.
But nice scramble and almost another takedown from Tomasello. But anyways, what my point here's a replay. Lambert does have that leg, and that could be called too. Absolutely, when you look at it that way. He does have the leg of Tomasello, but Tomasello was pretty securely on top. But I don't know if there was enough time in that control position. They blew the whistle pretty quick as they went out of bounds there. About a minute left in the third period. But anyways, my point was just that it's cool to see these 2 teams, these 2 college teams wrestling with. They both have very good regional training centers.
Absolutely.
And I think that's helping our country. I think something else that the United States needs to do is get those regional training centers to wrestle with each other much more, or have less of them, so that the best guys in our country are wrestling each other better. Okay. But it starts. It's really good in a lot of ways. Recruiting. It helps the college guys, the Olympic level guys wrestles with the college guys, and the college guys make that transition into Olympic wrestling faster. But at the same time, I think if every school is trying to have that RTC for the college, it does help in the college, but I don't know that helps separating all the good guys at the Olympic level. I think the USA team needs to be together, challenge each other more often, kind of like you see those in the Russian Caucasus over there.
Yeah.
They're wrestling the best.
That's how they do it over there?
Yeah, they're wrestling a ton of great guys all the time, and I think that's the direction we need to go, but we're all trying to figure that out. I think Jordan Burroughs wrote an excellent blog recently about that. And I think all the minds in wrestling in the United States are working on that daily.
What's it like being, you and Kyle are obviously friends. Both obviously will make the Olympic team. What's it like being buddies with somebody that is one of your biggest competitors?
Yeah, that's a great question. And just before I answer that, they did give the takedown. Obviously, Tomasello awarded 2 and 13 now to 5 because he kicks Lambert out, wants to go for another takedown. Lambert has not had an offensive score yet in this match, and it's under a minute left. But no, that's an excellent question. I mean, Kyle Snyder is a friend of mine, and I've helped him all last year. We kind of had an agreement there for a short time. Nothing in writing, but I was going to help him win NCAA, and he was going to help me win the Olympics, and we were having fun training together. Now he's ranked #1 in the world, and he's a world champ, and still a great friend of mine. And obviously, we'd probably be a little bit closer if we weren't trying to make the same spot, and we're both trying to do the exact same thing. So he'll be the guy that I have to beat. And it is what it is. I mean, Reese Humphreys had to do with that for a long time with Sean Bunch, and now Logan Stever in the same weight class training together. So
that weight class is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
And here's one more takedown for Nathan Tomasello, man. Very, very impressive. Once again, and 1 second left. That'll just be negligible here.
It's going to be 16 to 5.
16 to 5. A very impressive win for Nathan Tomasello. And the first match of this dual meet goes to the Buckeyes. Nathan Tomasello, the returning national champion, cannot complain about that wrestling match right there.